Hello, and welcome back to the Youth Destiny Nucleus podcast. I must begin by admitting that it's really been a while since we've been on here. Compliments of the season to all our teaming followers listening. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in arrears. Thank you all for your continuous support and patience all through the year 2024. Due to unforeseen circumstances, our podcasts have not been coming through with the intensity that you would expect. We apologize for that. But this year, systems and structures have been put in place to ensure that we serve you, our audience, seamlessly and without fail. So far, so good. Let's do a brief recap of the topics we've been able to cover and trash out on our podcast. Between 2023 and 2024, we've been able to cover a wide range of topics on our podcast, inviting very, very brilliant and intriguing guests like Suleiman Fuhad, a fifth-year medical student at Usman Danfodio University, Edward Phoebe, fourth-year medical student at the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and several other inspiring guests. Some topics have been dissected on this podcast. Some of them are as follows. We have talked on modesty, the new cool, the journey of a medic, youth, and money. We've also addressed the topic, the major youth challenges. That was a 3-part series, if I can remember quite vividly. We've also touched on the challenges of campus life, where we had Praise Philip, a student of biotechnology at Maywa International University, grace our studio. We have also touched on the ripe age and also the excellent students mentality. That's a total of 7 topics trashed out thus far on our podcast, the Youth Destiny Nucleus podcast. And the final one, number 7, the excellent students mentality. We featured distinguished guests in persons of Phoebe Edward and Suleiman Fuhad. It was a 3-part series, very exciting episode it was. At Youth Destiny Nucleus, we remain committed to executing our visions, which is predicated on 3 value systems: purpose, character, and academic excellence. We remain committed to make character and excellence go viral amongst young people globally, to help youngsters globally fulfill their potentials, harness the effective use and expression of their talents, and to help them successfully navigate the hassle of discovering their purposes. In light of this year, we continue from where we left off with a fresh sense of purpose, drive, and determination. And we'll be inviting other exciting guests to our podcast to trash out 6 major topics, which are as follows. I would recommend that, dear audience, dear listeners all over, you please pay attention to these ones and get ready to mark your calendars ahead of time. The first topic we'll be trashing out on our podcast this year will be wealth creation and student survival mechanisms. Wealth creation and student survival mechanisms. In one of our podcasts over the spanning between 2023 and 2024, we trashed discussing the major youth challenges. And one of the major challenges we looked at was the financial factor. And that is one very concrete problem we are dealing with as young people, especially in Nigeria of today. We'll be inviting a guest and we'll be delving into the intricacies of wealth creation. Mark your calendars and get ready. The topic wealth creation and student survival mechanisms will cover for the month of January and February. And the release date, the official release date and time is 8 p.m. on the 26th of January 2025. 8 p.m. on the 26th of January 2025. Now, the second topic we'll be trashing out on our podcast, the Youth Destiny Nucleus podcast, will be the role of personal discipline in achieving academic excellence. The role of personal discipline in achieving academic excellence. This topic will cover for the months of March and April, respectively, the month of March and April. And the official release date and time for that will be 8 p.m. 27th April. 8 p.m. 27th April. The third topic we'll be addressing on our podcast this year will be the effect of competition on student well-being and academic excellence. The effect of competition on student well-being and academic excellence. That topic will cover for the month of May and June. And the official release date and time for that will be 8 p.m. 25th of May. 8 p.m., 25th of May. Next up on our schedule for our podcasts this year will be handling peer pressure. Handling peer pressure. Handling peer pressure will cover for the months of July and August, respectively. The official release dates for the podcast Handling Peer Pressure will be 8 p.m., 31st August. Now, the fifth topic we have on our schedule will be the fine line between career choice and fulfillment of purpose. The fine line between career choice and fulfillment of purpose. That topic will cover for 2 months, September and October. And the official release date and time will be 8 p.m., 28th of September. The final topic we'll be looking at on our podcast for this year will be how to harness multiple talents to fulfill purpose. How to harness multiple talents to fulfill purpose. And that will be covering for the months of November and December. The official release date and time for that will be 8 p.m., 30th of November. And we have on our hands a bonus podcast, which will be on the topic finding the balance between relationships and academics. Finding the balance between relationships and academics. There we'll dive into the intricacies of relationships, whether just normal friendships and relationships or romantic relationships, and its effects, the pros and cons on our academic development as students. These podcasts will hold once every 2 months until the end of the year. And there will be free, please pay attention to this concluding aspect because we have good news for you all, our teaming followers and listeners. There will be free airtime giveaways midway through all our podcasts for our fervent followers. Ensure to mark your calendars and anticipate the release of this podcast. 2025 promises to be an exciting year, a year like we've never witnessed before at YDN. So keep your eyes peeled and see you in our next podcast.